Yesterday, the Minister of Interior was in Parliament to answer questions regarding how the NIB attempted arresting
Hon.Yaw Afenyo-Markin enso ko post here. Sampa omachi Okatakyie no dwen wa on tiase. First na ya abronye. Sisi aba be Okatakyie and then ekoso wo man Ghana mu. Osin. It started with Abronye. Now, Okatakyie, the NDC government must be tolerant. Using state security to intimidate opponents is not good for our democracy. Okatakyie must be released now. Nanabi, as post here say, the President Mahama-led administration, the NDC is doing everything possible to make sure they silence the media. Hashtag free Okatakyie now. But what is talking on social media without action? In the end, Nanabi. Any of more kaka ho eko eye BNI for Okatakyie and I say home pictures and I who skin see mo kire asame de mo tu akokogye Okatakyie if we national security for and same asame de mo release Okatakyie efifa.
That's the hero on the streets, last man standing, no bagger wire. The last man standing. Okay. Boys, no, yes, that's the great man, the man who make it happen. Live and colored. Saucy menu ba.
National organizer.
Oh, remember the chair. Oh, seven campaign manager. Solid papa. Bakupe. Big man. At the moment, Obi Obi's role. Okay.
Yesterday, the Minister of Interior was in Parliament to answer questions regarding how the NIB attempted arresting Honorable Eskumi of Okatakyie. We found it very strange that the minister justified the actions of the National Investigation Bureau. Clearly, there is collusion between the government and the High Court Koforidua to use their own set of laws in our country. How can the minister tell us that the court order could be enforced by the National Security Coordinator's rep in Eastern Region, and the rep, upon receipt of the so-called court order, also forwarded it to the National Investigation Bureau? With the greatest respect, that is not how our laws work. When there is a court order, it is for the registrar to assign a bailiff for the purposes of enforcing the order. This was a situation where the Supreme Court had already frozen the enforcement of that order. So for a week after the ruling of the court, to hear that now state security operatives were harassing the member of parliament in his constituency, but for the intervention of his constituents, they were armed with pickup vehicles, and in fact they actually pulled weapon, a pistol, on the MP, trying to threaten him, to force him into the pickup. I think that the NDC government must know that this country is a country of rule of law. And I can assure the government that today a question will be filed for the Attorney General to come and answer the circumstances leading to the judiciary in Eastern Region, the High Court in Eastern Region colluding with the National Security Coordinator and, for that matter, the NIB to attempt enforcing an order, which order the higher court, the Supreme Court, had already placed on ice. And where in this country have we ever witnessed such a thing? And for the first time, the minister was justifying that it was right, because when a state security official becomes aware of a court order, it is within that state security official's right and mandate to enforce a court order. I've never heard this before, and we are not going to rest on this matter. Thank you very much.
Se Kofi before se court beka se wo Kofi ya the criminal matter bo etibrano wo mo frɛ bibi eye prima facie case eti court no abetie prosecutor na sem no ahwɛ mo yie se wo prosecutor no, is there any substance in what you are saying? Your friend prima facie to establish it or establish we are and san waka kire eye the accused person is a bra ne be you are no. This is a case a court will not find it say Japa ambulance no and request to ambulance and request the ambulance was not fit for purpose and request Ghana lusu sika Ghana Armed Forces ye Japa di so ye irresponsible character precisely or dubious character the whole Ghana army in 2007 eyi ni free Ghana Armed Forces this is official record of the Ghana Armed Forces. Sakwaya na ko aye kanoforiata fie obu kanoforiata na ye ni okoya okorura ne dem no krokrotwa obia ema aye majority leader be pa acho no egovi Jakwaya ba ma meka ncho Jakwa wo ye coward mo ye coward me ka kere opin me nsuro bia o me sma ka kere mewu se me gina ho me hu nkotodwe da sa wo so wo bibi tia me na ma ye bibia go through the due process. Invite me. How come? Cowards. I have to tell me, see this old Machiavellian tactics, wanting to instill fear. Me, nobody can instill fear in me. You don't go looking for me at the airport. Say, maybe I watch him. Open invite me and I'll come. More fire. More fire. Who invite me? I'll come. More fire. Me she coat to Papa. I she shoe Papa. I just jab to so the perfume Papa. Betimachi, nya flowers in yen. Na me dia ba. Nya flower. Moya mambufu so ma jifrugu yi batakani ma prum. More fire. Remember? Nobody can intimidate me. Now that means who your mama didn't buy say omra me terrorizing crofo. Yes sir. And this is the research now can wasem. Where the research? There is a Marcus Garvey Kasem. Was it a people without a knowledge of their history? It's like a bird flying without a tree to stand on. Eventually they will fall and die. Because history is the landmark on which we get the true direction to the course of a people's life. When you history, how will you know where you are going? And people say, no, I can't interview this. 1962. My goodness, in the Mutontia, where you dump ass. Really? Yondo mama and the resetting or the obey. Because what you worse than what we saw even before. Precisely. And the people can't see it. Say euphoria for winning election in front of margin. But they will see the reality. So yet why you say your fra branch be Japa, Fanatus no be a him. Mobaka Japa, or no Attorney General. And then a year in year say you former Attorney General. And then a year we say near the Japa case in your day. Now yes Japa koto ambulance be brave. An ambulance in yes. And no more use technicality. Say Attorney General yes. It yen aside the assembly kwa yan tonkere. But assembly no ankasa no. Ye kasa criminal matter. Kovi. Before the court better criminal matter so. Not just say court no angasa edikam a prosecutor. Wa ba be prosecutor asem no. Wa make case a chere wo no court no. Tio. Se Kofi before the court beka say wo Kofi. Ya the criminal matter bo. Etibra no. Wa mo frɛ bibi eye prima facie case. Eti court no abetie prosecutor na asem. No one show ye. Say, who prosecutor no, is there any substance in what you are saying? Your friend prima facie to establish it or establish it we are. And son waka kire the accused person is a bra. Maybe you are no. It is a prosecutor and to establish a prima facie dia, and yet there can never be any case for any person to respond to. This is a case a court will not find it say Japa ambulance no and request and to ambulance and requested the ambulance was not fit for purpose and requested Ghana lusu sika. In 2007 a whole Ghana Armed Forces straw krata na papa we isa Jakwa no ye military person ya straw krata yinedi na fa krata na to so ne ready Armed Forces for krata omuni yinedi no fa krata na to so ne ready magana for nchi Ghana Armed Forces yi Jakwa di so ye irresponsible character precisely or dubious character. The whole Ghana Army in 2007 ni free Ghana Armed Forces and America. This is official record of the Ghana Armed Forces. And according to Ghana Armed Forces, almost or criminally minded. So the above named officer was commissioned in the Ghana Armed Forces as a regular officer on 21st August 1998. All things being equal, the officer should have made the rank of captain on 21st August 2002 and major on 21st August 2007. He has consistently failed the Promex, and now was it the officer describes as what the conduct what Bobo said what the can so they said on your fit to be in the Ghana Armed Forces. Ghana Armed Forces for Krata or Montro ya on your fit. These are the words of Ghana Armed Forces. Said Japan you're fit to be in the Ghana Armed Forces. Joma winning a baby ya. Also a reset to a minor. And any part the whole Ghana Armed Forces are describing it on your fit because on your discipline. Your mama co appointed is why you're director of operations at the National Security. And Obi on him Jakwabiano at this point will confirm say Sakwaya na call a year a canoforiata fee obu canoforiata na any okoya okore run them no krokotu abia ema a majority leader be patch on egovi Jakwaya yesenra Jakwa call a year airport okoya no on authority without any court warrant without any authorization Japanese order a year African world for say omon manifest emano ye can manifest obi a wo fru plane bia no udin any details wo so no omon say manifest omon fama na African world for say manifest omon fama no na onkro authorization dia an authorization the only time I bet me anyasa when court of competent jurisdiction ama otumi so bet me akwa rest anyone oni bi and ono aye no operation okoya ne ase wo so hwehwe wan na ombusa ne say manifest do mutimi fama no African world for so mutimi fama no na so omo ye dia wo de omo nipa kro a wo hwehwe no edin na wo ye no ni ade na ja wo mo enye wesi enhwe so wo mu anipa no mu na wonim but no kwa illegal except that on seek clearance from our top hierarchy asa no mo de ma ayi Jakwa no exactly efri na no ohwehwe me say enra na ekosi there so the idea is that eden ya meko kumase na meko kumase ya mefru plane na akọ edie na me ba na nko ye ya so am wo airport wo no ai to ohwehwe me ofa kuntrans but my can show Jakwa we coward fire mo ye coward fire me catch no pain me nsuro bia wo me sma catch mewu se me gina ho me mu nkotodwe da so wo so wo bibi tia me na ma ye bibia go through the due process invite me how come cowards at the table this old Machiavellian tactics wanting to instill fear. Me say me nobody can instill fear in me. Oba family are better. And then I be. And you make a martyr out of me. Don't even think of it. We are cowards. Much de me e dey na mbe mbe kume e dey pa na mbe e dey na mbe Jakwa wo dey na betimi ayi mbe kume you kill me and I go, that's all. Exactly. Let me through Jakwa we are coward. Exactly. So that's I'm telling you. You don't go looking for me at the airport say maybe I no watch him. Open invite me and I'll come. Exactly. More fire. More fire. Who invite me I'll come. More fire. Me she coat to papa. I she shoe papa. I just jump to so the perfume papa gumu. Nya flower dey ni bi. Bedimachi, nya flower she dey. Na me dey ba. Moya mambufu so ma jifrugu ibatakani ma prum.
More fire.
Remember? Nobody can intimidate me.
More fire.
Obi? Jakwa. Criminally minded person per the records of Ghana Armed Forces. And now I'm no year yesim. And the nation is watching him. We are a nation of laws. We are not in a jungle. And they will be at me sorry. But my boy will be fee. Jakwa so sorry, my boy will be fee. So I your first one, you can't read. It will be a second one. And yes, sir. We are cowards. We are cowards. When him Juma, so any more Juma. Now this Makabibi. It is inciting fear, causing fear and panic. Meaning the laws that governs fear and panic in the Act 29. Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960. Section 270 near the minimum. And I know the element to establish a criminal, a causing fear and panic. Nobody is going to intimidate anybody in this country. If you want to intimidate me, use the law. Don't be doing this criminally acting, Machiavellian tactics, concert near Jakwa. See a cochicatichi. Over Cheme. Ewa he. Your mama be reset in any Japan. Japan Koya National Director of Operations at the National. When you know how this guy behaves, you know, you guys, you know. That means who your mama didn't buy. So terrorizing Crofo. Yes, sir. And this is the reset now. Can what's up? Where the reset? What is that? Yeah, building my own. You free baby, you free baby, you be true baby. 1960. Kwame Nkrumah person. No more the Emrano nyina akoshe parliament nsa. We make an bit was me ma history 1957. Na wo adwene mu no abere hunu history. It was a Marcus Garvey Kasem. Was it a people without a knowledge of their history? It's like a bird flying without a tree to stand on. Eventually they will fall and die. Because history is the landmark on which we get a true direction to the course of a people's life. Who know history? How will you know where you are going? And people say, no, I can't interview this. 1962. My goodness, where you dump ass. 1960. Kwame Nkrumah. Your case be real kutu. So more year near dear. Kwame Nkrumah send ye macho. A year Preventive Detention Act. Mama Parliament as Sambra. 1 year bonibia. Ya jitum say parliamentary sovereignty in your berani. And a parliamentary sovereignty to Mrs. Sambra and said Lupibia. And what you a year one near the Bafua Kutumuni a tomb. Real kutu case. And a Koyan SMP. And a Lemfo group. A Koyan SMP. After what the Koha Kwame Nkrumah said I be you know. What they call her ways the court to the said now your provisions in the constitution. And my whole crime a year parliament yet near my baby. And your name Waba. Cases like 2-4 versus Attorney General. Ninja Bedema versus Awuno Ninja. And the Ninja may a formulate is and the abandoned teen into tour. Yes, a ma a year, the fundamental human rights of the people. Say Nipabeti me anti freely. No be ensure Muswo. Yadiko share year chapter 5 of the 1902 Constitution. From Article 12 to 33. Yadi asashe court to say court to need the only person who bet me a job be freedom of free in some. Article 19. Presumption of innocence. So be a bibi kuranwa. And I'm seeing person mo she nipa no so di nipa no so nya no. And you will be a friend the presumption of innocence. So the person shall be presumed a year innocent until proven guilty. In a way, we don't want the government to be terrorizing people because who creates a constitution? What it does is that it creates power for government and it creates rights for the citizenry. More fire. Then they to anam cancel. I never know. As a member, and I Joma Banese will be a Etina Mogas and Migana Moyam Sere. I didn't have see. Universal Declaration on Human Rights, UDHR, a civil and one political rights. The world is watching us. Your mama didn't bet me. Japadian will bet me. The moon left from right, my good anymore. Anybody at all can intimidate you before. Jakwa, stop being a coward. Sa theatrics here, JJ Rollins do kumuni pani and this I don't to kumuni pa. When you come international bodies will deal with you. And you people know. We may know because watching I'm a lawyer for your bureaucrat, all the embassies.
So
Alerting them of the nonsense that you people are doing. And we know where you guys come from. Or history. Nobody is going to scare us. We will stand and fight.